What is going on, people? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video we are back with another beat critique video. Now if you didn't catch a little while ago, I've actually started doing live beat critiques instead of doing videos like this. However, after my first attempt at doing this, I got a copyright strike for doing a live beat critique. So I've had my live stream revoked for like 90 days, which is a bit shit, but it doesn't matter because we're going to carry on with these videos anyway until that comes back up, and then we'll just go back to the live streams. So I'm going to work it the same way as I did last time, where I pitch one beat against another. My favorite beat will stay on, I'll listen to the next beat, and so on and so on. So it's kind of like a King of the Hill kind of format, and then the winner will get some free stuff from myself. I don't know what I'm going to give you yet, but I'll decide at the end of the video. Well, I do know what I'm going to give you, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see what you will win. So we're going to dive straight into it. Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel to be part of the next beat critique video, and that you don't miss out on any other contests, free giveaways and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you get subscribed to the channel. Yeah, let's just dive into it. We're going to kick off with two veterans of the beat critiques, which is NATO Music versus Vapor God. So yeah, let's just see what they have got. That one was wavy as fuck. I love that melody, man. Like, I love that kind of wavy, sort of happy kind of vibe to the melody. I'm kind of moving away from dark trap beats at the minute. I kind of dabble back in it every now and then, but I'm really feeling those kind of beats, so that one was spot on. So well done for that one. Let's move on to Vapor God and see if he can bring anything any better.
Take it slow, let it fade.
Yeah, that one was nice as well. Like, it took a little while to get into it. However, I think that worked for that kind of beat because it had that slower kind of spacey, like ambient kind of vibe to it. So that was a really, really solid beat. This is going to be a tough one to choose from. It might have been slightly over compressed. It did sound like the kick was sounding like it had been squashed a little bit. So maybe just work on that. If I was you, add a soft clipper to the master if you use an FL Studio. When you finish the beat, it might sound a little bit off to begin with, but just adjust the levels once the soft clip is on the master. Export it and then do your compression, distortion and stuff to the whole beat. That's been working for me. So I think, however, the mix sounded slightly cleaner in NATO's beat. For that reason, I'm going to give that one to NATO. So NATO, you're going to stay on. We're going to move on to the next person to see if they can knock you off the top. So yeah, well done for that one, NATO. Let's see who you're going to be up against. Next up, we have got a guy called KLYX Music. Let's check you out. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I mean, I think the low end's a little bit muddy, but I feel like you're going for that kind of lo-fi kind of vibe anyway, which is, you know, which can work sometimes. However, I think it's just slightly muddy in the low end, maybe a little bit too muddy. So maybe just sort of cut some of that out when you're mixing the 808s in the bass. But nevertheless, it's a really nice beat. I kind of like that vocal at the beginning. That sounded really nice. So yeah, well done for that one. However, I think NATO, you're still at the top, my friend. The mixing is on point. Your 808s were on point, and the whole beat was on point. So we're going to stick with you, NATO. Well done for that one. We're going to move on to the next person and see how they get on. Next up, we have got a fella called ZNN Beats. I'm still kind of in denial about it not being Christmas, so I bought like 20 Christmas mugs, you know, just to use throughout the year. Yeah, that was pretty hard as well. Again, like I really like those drums. You mix those pretty hard, so they kind of hit. You know, they kind of hit, and you felt the drums, which was really good. Yeah, that's another hard beat. I've got to tell you, like I really like that kind of dark, choppy vibe to it. Again, I'm not working with that kind of vibe at the minute, but you know, if you can nail it, then it's going to be a solid beat. And the drums hit really hard as well. So well done for that one. However, I think, NATO, you're going to have to stay on top for me. The reason why is because I feel like that melody could have done with a few more elements. So you just had that kind of simple bell, but maybe just stack a few sounds on top of each other just to broaden the sound out a bit and just make it sound a bit more fuller. I think that's probably best advice I can give to you. But don't get discouraged because that's a solid beat and that'll probably sell because it's pretty hard. Like the drums are hard, they hit hard, and that's all the artist really cares about. If the drums hit hard and they're in that kind of mood, then they'll get it, they'll jump on it. So well done for that one. However, NATO, you're staying up top, my friend. Let's move on to the next guy. Okay, next up we've got a guy called VDVM. Bro, hard. That one was hard. I'm really struggling now. I don't really know if I can let NATO hold on to the crown for that one, because like even though that melody was really repetitive, it was really catchy. It was really nice to listen to, and I think if you can recognize that, then the melody sometimes doesn't really need anything else. It might just need variation to the drums, which is exactly what you added in there. So I think for that reason, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I really just felt that one as soon as it started playing, and you know, you just have to go with what sounds right. So I'm afraid VDVM, not afraid, but well done VDVM, you're through. You've knocked NATO off the top. Sorry NATO, I had to give it to him, I have to be unbiased. So well done VDVM, you're now on the top spot. Let's see if anybody else can knock you off. Okay, next up we've got Daz on the beat. Let's see if he can do anything. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that one was pretty hard. I like the melody. You know, that's sort of like the standout part for me. There's a lot of reverb on there, but that kind of works for that kind of beat. So well done. I think it's kind of busy with the percussion. Like that snare kind of hit a few too many times for my liking. I like the beat to have a bit of breathing space, so like it hits once and then you can sort of sit back and then it hits again and then it just sort of gives it a bit more of a bounce. So maybe in the future, you know, I don't know, it depends on working on, you know, what sound works for you, but maybe just sort of take the snare in and out a bit, or maybe just use different, a variety of sounds if you're going to keep the beat a bit busy with the percussion. But other than that, you know, real solid beat. However, I do feel like VDVM's beat was slightly better, so I'm afraid he's going to hold on to the top spot for now. So let's see who we've got up next, see if anybody can knock him off the top. Next we have a fella called Nemo. Yeah, slow start, but that one was a fire beat in the end. I like the drums. Didn't expect that kind of drum set, to be honest. I was expecting like just some hard trap drums and stuff like that, but that was kind of good. It caught me off guard, so well done for that one. However, I think there's quite a lot of white noise in the start of that beat especially. It just kind of kills the quality. And again, the low end count sounds kind of muddy. So I think for that reason, I'm going to have to give it to VDVM still. But again, real well done for that one. Just keep in mind that you're only going to have the artist's attention for a little while. I don't know if you're selling beats or not, but if you are, then you know you need to grab their attention a bit quicker with that. So just bring the drums in a little quicker. It took a little while to get into that. I'm gonna have to stick with VDVM beats because that one was a solid beat. But yeah, let's see who's up next. Okay, next up we have got a guy called Frigga Beats. Yeah, that one was quite nice as well. I don't normally like heavy reverb on the drums. I feel like too much reverb kind of just makes it sound a bit wishy-washy. But I think that worked pretty well. I think there wasn't too much low end in that reverb, which is quite important to cut out, especially with the drums. And that vocal came in quite nicely. And everything was in key, so it sat quite nicely. The only thing for me, it could have been done with a bass line, you know, early on in the beat. You need to have sort of like a nice undertone to the beat and give it a bit of body, basically. I'm going to have to stick with VDVM for this one, but really well done for that. It was a solid beat. I just think VDVM's was slightly better, slightly cleaner, and it just grabbed my attention a little bit more. So let's move on to the next beat maker. Okay, we have another vet, Lucy Beats. He's been part of the last beat contest, so we'll see what he's got. That's kind of tough. I mean, again, that was a fairly simple beat, but the piano melody was really kind of complex, so it was, that by itself can sort of stand alone. So I don't know, I think that was a pretty hard beat for me. I think the 808 was kind of hard. The kick was slightly too quiet for me. I think it needs to kind of really cut through the mix and sort of just hit you in the chest. So, you know, mixing wise, just turn up that kick a little bit. But it was a real solid beat. I'm kind of struggling now. I don't really know if VDM's can, I'm not sure. I think for me, out of the two, I think VDVM's beat caught my attention slightly quicker than Lucy's. It was a real nice melody. However, I think the choice of sound, like that guitar, that harpy guitar kind of sounds really in at the moment. They're real close. I just feel like VDVMs have just topped that one. So well done, Lucy. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to keep it on with VDVM, but real close, real close. So yeah, let's check out the next person. Okay, so last up we have got a fella called Vexo Productions. He was in the last beat critique video. I did a live stream with this guy, so we're gonna see how he gets on against VDVM. This is the last chance to knock VDVM off the top. So we'll see how you get on with this one. Yeah, let's see what you can do, Vexo.
It's a Vexo production.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of nice. I like the guitar melody. That sounds really in at the moment. However, I think one or two keys were out of the scale in that melody. It didn't sound, something just didn't sit right. Drums had a nice bounce to them. That clap really sat, you know, cleanly on top of the mix. So, you know, well done for that. I kind of like heavy drums for me. So that worked really well. Again, the low end was slightly muddy. I feel like it's quite difficult to get the grasp of to begin with, but just keep making beats, mixing beats, and you'll eventually get the hang of, you know, sort of cutting out that low end. But yeah, well done for that one. I think for me though, the overall winner for this one has got to be VDM still. VDM,
Nope.
VDVM, sorry. VDVM, well done. You win the beat critique slash beat contest slash battle royale thing. I'm gonna send you my two newest drum slash MIDI kit slash sound kits. I've made a melody loop kit and I've made a MIDI kit that I dropped on my beat store about a week ago. So I'm going to send those over to you to your email. Well done, VDVM. I'll find your Instagram and I'll drop you a DM or something like that. I'll just drop a comment on this video and send me your details and I will get that sent over to you. Well done for this one, guys. You guys brought some real hard beats this week. It was really difficult to make a final decision, and to be honest, there were a few of you guys that, you know, could have gone either way. If you do want to be part of any upcoming beat critique videos, make sure you're subscribed to the channel to be eligible to be part of the beat critiques. Make sure that you have hit the bell so you don't miss out on another beat critique, beat contest, etc. And if you do want to jump on any drum kits, sound kits, I've got a couple of free ones on my website. I'll drop the link in the description. I spent a lot of time on them and there's some dope sounds in there, so go and check them out. But yeah, that is all for today, my friends. I'll see you next time.